I am so pleased to announce our 2021 Sower Award honoree. I tried to think of how I could tie Dr. John Wunder to the theme of genealogy our lecture speaker, Professor Henry Louis Gates Jr., is going to discuss. What better way than to talk about all the connections we often discover here in the Midwest? So here goes. My 6 degrees, actually 4, and then it became 5, of separation from Dr. John Wunder. Number 1, my maiden name is also Wunder, spelled the same way. I have a first cousin named John. I too received my bachelor's degree from the University of Iowa, and I found out tonight from Dr. Wunder that his mom's name is Mary. So there you go. But perhaps the most important connection is that I chaired the Sower Awards Committee in the past, so I know the rigor and high bar that is set for the people who are honored with this award. And that certainly is the case with this year's honoree. Dr. John Wunder is emeritus professor in the Department of History at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and has published or edited 22 books. That's right, 22, and numerous essays and journal articles. As just one example of his academic achievements, Dr. Wunder's book, Retained by the People, A History of American Indians and the Bill of Rights, received the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honorary Society's Award for the Best History Book of 1995. However, the Sower Award is about more than academic achievement. Dr. Wunder's nominator and past Sower Award winner and wonderful person, Ron Hull, with us here tonight, noted in his nomination that he has, quote, seen John Wunder in action as he has taken his knowledge of Nebraska history, his extraordinary gifts as a teacher and lecturer to cities and towns across Nebraska. He is an inspiring teacher who understands the necessity to share education, our history, and the humanities with people throughout the state and beyond. This he has done tirelessly, end quote. Ron's statement sums up why the Sower Award Selection Committee selected John Wunder. You can learn more about his many contributions and achievements in his bio included in your program. And isn't he handsome? And now let's hear some insights directly from Dr. Wunder.
Good evening, everyone. It is a wonderful honor to receive the Sower Award. Thank you to the Humanities Nebraska and the Selection Committee and its director. I love the humanities, and so it is especially meaningful for me. I want to briefly thank several people. I would not be here to receive this award had it not been for my wonderful spouse, Susan, of 52 years. We met at the University of Iowa, fell in love, married in Iowa City, and began an amazing life together. She is retired from an outstanding career teaching secondary social studies education at UNL. I must also thank our 2 daughters, Nell Caroline Wunder, a grad of UNK and a dedicated employee of Costco from its beginnings in Lincoln, and Amanda J. Wunder, graduate of Wesleyan University in Connecticut, and Princeton and associate professor of early modern European history and Spanish history at the City University of New York in New York City. They both inspire me every day. My pursuit of the humanities has benefited from the advice of several mentors. 3 actually received the Sower Award: my former and dear colleague Fred Lupke, Professor Emeritus of History at UNL, and Ron Hull, Mr. ETV, and dear friend, and Joe Starita, former student of mine and colleague. Historians, especially Carol Levin, Parks Coble, and Pete Maslowski, were so helpful to me. One other mentor is Dennis Hastings, the Omaha Indian tribal historian who guided with us the return of the Omaha's sacred pole and other sacraments from Harvard University. And one other, in the spirit of our guest speaker, is a relative of mine I never met. He is my 7th great-grandfather, the Reverend Roger Williams, the 17th century founder of the English colony of Rhode Island. His greatness for me and for many Native people is that he believed one just didn't settle on land that didn't belong to you. He was the first to recognize that Native Americans had to grant permission to Williams and his colonists. It began an honorable relationship and premiered the first English indigenous treaties. When I taught the first American Indian history classes ever offered at UNL, I did so in the tradition of my mentors. I might conclude that I am also honored to be on this program with our governor and with such a fine scholar as Dr. Henry Louis Gates. We are avid viewers of his Finding Your Roots show on NETV. Again, many thanks to Humanities Nebraska and to all of you in this audience.
Chris Summerick took the award to Dr. John Wunder, and I'd like to ask you to please again just join me in congratulating the 2021 recipient of the Sower Awards in the Humanities, Dr. John R. Wunder.
Congratulations, John.